Greetings, family. Hope all is well with you. Sorry, we are running a little late today. We normally try to start at 11:30 Eastern, um, but Venus had to grab some supplies. We're going to do a little family outing today. But um, we're here to discuss the what's been cycling in the news or urban news. Roda Bash, aka what is being called Brickesha. Did this act really happen, or is she clout chasing? I'll give a brief overview and allow Venus to chime in. This happened in Houston, Texas. This woman was out one night
at a Caribbean club.
At a club.
Caribbean club.
Well,
add that part because I want to say something about it.
All right. At a Caribbean club. And allegedly there is something that is mentioned where she is outside. There's a video that is going around where she is outside. She has a large lump on her face, like a bruise, a lump, a swelling. What they call it, and then I don't throw this in there. Inflammation of skin. And she is laying it into black men, and she's putting out these, she's speaking from a place of anger, or she's acting from a place of anger, and we're going to delve into that. I have something to say about all of this, but my lovely co-host Venus, I'm gonna allow you to give your 2 cents first.
Yeah,
because it's gonna take me a minute.
Okay.
All right.
So supposedly she was at a Caribbean club, and the guy, she said there was a man that wanted her phone number, but she declined him, and supposedly they were outside, and he hit her with a brick. Mm-hmm. I don't want to bash a victim, so I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's false, but I do know she has in the past, and I told Mars this, she has 2 incidents. One incident, because she's Somali, so this woman is Somalian, and there's some, not sure black people know, but some Somalians say they're not black or African descent. Some say they're Arab. I don't know if I said that right. If I said it wrong, I apologize.
Arabic,
and then some say they're black. So the confusion there. I say that to say, but I'll say what I want to say after that. But anyways, where was I at? By her. Oh, so one incident where she was in a dollar store, I think.
I saw the video.
And they said that she was cursing, but supposedly she's speaking in her native tongue. So she had a GoFundMe for that, I believe, right?
I didn't know about the GoFundMe.
Or maybe it's a video.
I saw the video.
Okay.
I saw the video in its whole entirety.
Okay.
So if you got any questions, I can answer those questions.
So what was they said? It said something like she got assaulted in there.
So no. I did not see anything about
I didn't see
assault
that either.
So the video where I saw started where she was talking to a police officer, where the police officer was asking her to vacate the premises, and so she was trying to understand why. The police officer said that the manager told him to tell her, and so he explained that customers were saying that you were cursing or being, even though I find
in a dollar store.
Even though I find it kind of odd, people curse in stores. Now, but there's a level that you can go over.
But then I'm like, you're in a dollar store. The dollar store, they really pick like.
It is most definitely a dollar store. You can tell.
It be the hood.
Yeah.
I mean that they say it's a video this guy has up. They say they're gonna put a dollar store up, and they're like, it's a Dollar General, and they say, oh, is this in a low income place? Okay. Are there crackheads near? That's pretty much how the dollar store kind of goes, Yeah. That's just how they kind of do the dollar store.
So they go into an office space, the police officer or security officer, and the manager comes in. She's Latino. So she comes in, and so she says the Roda, she speaks her. I hope I'm pronouncing her name right. She
speaking her native tongue.
No. Well, she gives her side of the story. The lady says that one person came to her talking, saying that this woman was doing this. She went to do something else, and by the time she left to do something pertaining to the job and come back, another lady said the same thing.
I complain.
So after within 2 customers within a matter of a short amount of time, that's when she basically, in these types of circumstances, customers like that can run off other customers. We've done this before. I mean, think about it. You have somebody that's really, and I'm not saying this happened, this is alleged, where if a person is causing a scene, what do people normally do?
Is she causing a scene about?
I don't know why she caused the scene.
I don't think it was caused. I think she was speaking in her native tongue. That's what they said. I don't know.
It's one word against another person.
I mean, but she seems like a liar. And then there's another video where she said she got beat up by a group of girls.
I don't know about that video.
Yeah, it's another one that said that she got beat up by a group of girls. And now, what bothered me was the way she used the N-word. It was every other word. It was the N-word. Mm-hmm. That's not necessary at all. That's not cool. That was not necessary. I don't care if you even black. All them N-bomb. I mean, you would just drop them left and right. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I'm thinking, do you really speak like that? Is that how you really speak? Because now I kind of believe the dollar store incident when you say that. I don't know, but you talking real reckless with your mouth. Secondly, I said with Caribbean Club because, and I'm not trying to be funny, I've been to Caribbean several times before. Not like it's not black men don't do it here in America, but I would never believe that Caribbean men would sit there and let you get beat on. Never in my life. Never.
It's funny. Never. It's funny that you mentioned that because they had a topic on this on Comedy Hype, and actually one of the women that were on the panel, they were talking about this. She said that exact same thing. You know, it's funny that you mentioned. Yes. She said like island men don't allow that.
They don't do that. If it's SA, like, of course people do those things over there, right? Yeah. But like if it gets a kid or whatever, you better hope you get out alive.
Okay, so allow me the stage for 1 second to talk about something. I'm gonna make this statement and then I'm going to expound on it. I get sick and tired, and I'm gonna make sure that I cover both sides. I get sick and tired of the narrative where our communities say we don't protect black women,
but she's not our
black
community.
Men.
Though.
Just baby, give me a second.
I'm just saying.
Give me a second. Just please give me a second. And because it bothers me. I mean, we're in a space now where everybody can have a platform, and there's this perpetual narrative that's spun about protection of our own. That is not true at all. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna tell you right now, and I'm going to speak on this from a perspective of a man I'm just gonna say I'm in my 40s. All right.
You gonna label yourself?
Do I look like I'm in my 40s, baby?
No, honey.
Okay.
I'm in my 30s. He's in his 40s.
You look good, baby.
I know I do.
All right. So and so you and I both, we were raised on old school principles.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We can agree upon that.
Yeah.
So as a man that was in my 20s and even in my 30s, I'm gonna give you an example of how the scenario will play out if I'm in the presence of a woman like this. If the stories are true.
Hold on, a woman like this saying, what are you saying when you say woman like this?
So there's a couple of stories, but most of the stories kind of revolve around the same thing, where this woman is very high strung. She talks a certain way where it can be
reckless.
That's a perfect word. And yeah, like I don't know what this man said to. So let's just say she did get hit with this brick, because there's evidence. The reason why this is a divisive conversation is because this woman has a lot of negative equity built up, where there is battery charges that could have been filed. There, like she says that there are what they call them skits. She walks up to random white people and slap them in the face. Correct me. No, one of those individuals were not involved in the skit. I found it.
Oh wow. She really crazy.
I found it. One of them were not in the skit. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's simple battery. At a minimum.
I don't know if that's even civil. I meant
battery or assault.
It's
battery
assault.
or assault.
I think it's assault.
They're not found because guess what? These things happen. Like what's his name? Bunk gang. Bunk gang doing those things back in the day.
I don't. Okay, because you're not gonna put your hands on me, and then sit. I'm gonna beat you up, and then I'm gonna press charges too.
Well, I mean, because it's
a man.
It's a man. And these are
that's not right.
No.
Right.
I don't disagree with you. What I'm saying is, in certain places, certain things just kind of be like, "What the hell was that?" And people just be like, "I don't know," and they keep it moving. A lot of times, he's like, because you didn't hurt. Because at the end of the day, you had contact with somebody, but you didn't hurt anybody. But I'm deviating from my point. I'm deviating from my point. I'm deviating from the point. The point is I'm making. I get sick and tired of this narrative about the lack of protection of our own. That is so not true. What I'll tell you like this: if a woman, I've seen women get hit by men, and men will intervene. I've helped intervene in these situations before. Now, I've been in situations where a woman has talked really reckless to a man. And it gets to a point where it's a tipping point. And we've allowed that man to retaliate to a point. And it goes beyond that point. Then we break it up.
I don't think that.
Wait. Okay, let me finish my point and I'll allow you to respond. And it's because it's almost like it's one of those things where men are taught to turn the other cheek, but women feel like they have this halo over their head where you can invade a person's space, you can touch a person, and you can say a person without any retaliation. Those rules do not apply in any world, shape, or form.
But
okay,
that's when you don't have boys. But when you have boys, you feel different about that.
We have boys.
Yeah, we have. That's all I have with boys or whatever. But because if you hit my boy and I'm old enough to fight you, I'm gonna fight you. And I told my oldest, you can't hit him, but you can shake the shit out of him because that's not cool. Like it's not cool for you to think you can put your hands on someone. Keep your damn hands to your damn self. But and I wanted to say too, I don't think any man of color, black, white, but we're talking about black men, would let a man hit another woman with a brick. I don't think it would happen. Never. Mm-hmm. I don't think that would happen. If you do, you are scum.
Here's the thing. I mean, I don't know. We don't know. All we have is just like you get the evidence. Now the problem is like this one, there was no police report filed. So
even though those guys said they called the police. So you think the police, because there's a video of her. I don't know what the time frame of it is. She was in the club with a mask on. Okay. So that's why they're saying that they feel like she injected silicone into her face.
Silicone or saline? Saline.
Oh, saline. Sorry. Saline into her face, which it could. I don't believe the nurse part. Like, the nurse said she reported that. Yeah, I don't believe not one nurse would sit there and jeopardize their career, their license to say that about this clown. Because she is a clown. I just don't like the way she was talking. The way she dropped them in-bomb. It bothered me.
Well, let me ask you this question because you're speaking from a place of experience. So there was no police report filed at the scene. No. She goes to the hospital, and if this is true, mm-hmm. where she says, a brick was thrown at me by a man. Mm-hmm. Is it the facility's job to call law enforcement? You have to. There has not been a police report filed that we can find.
You have to.
Because those. She
went to a clinic. So I don't know. Okay. No, everything is the same. If maybe she left before. Okay. But there was no police report found, because if they have both left at the scene, what can they do, right? Okay. At the clinic, their nurse, the doctor is supposed to call someone because it doesn't matter anymore regarding like domestic violence.
Yes, it's a report saying that somebody inflicted an act of violence on
like just like if you get stabbed, you know they're going to call the police. They have to. If you get shot, they're going to call the police. They're going to come up there. They have to. A lot of people don't go to the hospital because of those things.
Okay, so this other thing that I was about to mention. The narrative of the protection of our own, I don't like how that's spun because are there this new generation is totally different. Let me be clear.
They psycho.
They're this generation is very clear, and they don't subscribe to the principles and ideologies that we live by.
But she was with, and that was a Caribbean place.
Oh, no, I get all that. I'm more so talking in general.
Okay.
We don't. This new generation don't subscribe to these things, and so this new generation, we're kind of out of touch when it comes to some of the things that the new generation does.
That's true.
But in general, the protection of the black man and the black woman is a false narrative that's being spun because we protect our own. Now, when you peel back the layers of some of these individuals, because some of them just hop on the bandwagon.
Yeah.
When you peel back the layers of the situations that happen, and then when you start getting the details, then the narrative starts to get shifted a little bit. Like we talk about. I'm gonna give you an example. Like the reality star Jocelyn Hernandez,
the Puerto Rican princess. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If she were to say something about black women not being protected, how would you feel when you seen the acts that she's done? How would you feel?
Well, I don't let black women or any woman talk bad about black men because I have black men, and it's not true. Like, you can't say in front of me, black men ain't nothing. No, let me correct you. Because that means your daddy ain't nothing. That means your uncle ain't, your grandpa was nothing. So please be very, very careful when you say that. I do have a friend who's a mixed race, and so she's black and white, and her son, she had sex with a white guy, so her son is mostly white, but he's still black.
Yeah.
And I correct her too. You're not gonna say stuff around me. I don't do it because that's not true.
Yeah.
You know, your bad experience with the men in your life, but there are still some definitely good black men out there. But so and then the guy in the car, I want to go back to the guy in the car who says that he was there, he saw it happen.
Yeah. I told you about that, and then you said
he's lying. He wasn't even in Houston at that time. His girlfriend pointed that out.
Now that's the good thing about social media.
Yep,
where there are things that if it comes across somebody's timeline, then they could be like, dude, like that's not true. Or that's
it's a picture of him,
and there's digital receipts.
Of him.
Yeah, I get
so that's why they got the receipt. Like, no, you're lying. You were not there. What have you?
Clout chasing, basically.
He's clout chasing. So they said that she's clout chasing too. So I saw the interview with her supposedly older best friend, and
is that the one that did the GoFundMe? Is that the one?
I don't know if she did GoFundMe.
By the way, so there was in 2020. Right. There was a GoFundMe that was.
What's that one for?
That's the thing. I couldn't find. I tried to find it.
I think that was for when she got beat up by the girl.
There was $50K for that GoFundMe, and the most recent one for this brick incident was at and this is on screenshots 40. I saw it was 35, but
I saw 37.
Okay, it's over 30K.
It's over 30K. Yeah.
And by the way, this is not for us to say that she's not lying, but the unfortunate thing is
she can stay in the house.
The unfortunate thing is that, like, when you're an individual that has these random incidences that keep occurring with you, it gets to a point to where I'm like, surely you can't be an individual because she's a mother. I didn't know that she's a mother.
Yeah.
You can't be putting yourself constantly in these bad situations to where something happens to you. I'm going to eventually start saying, what are you doing? What are you saying to put you in situations that are compromising your safety and well-being?
Well, it doesn't make sense. She was in the club with a mask on, if that's true, when it's 100 in hell outside in Houston.
Yeah.
You know, Houston, it was hot. It was hot. Secondly, the first incident with the dollar store, the second incident with the girls beating her up. Somebody said she got beat up by
the sketch with the slapping of men.
I mean, but that's just, it's a sketch. People do those things. But then her supposed or ex-best friend was saying that she has mental disorders. I am so tired of people using people with mental disorders because the mental disorder community is tired of their ass. They tired of them because you're making excuses like, oh, she has mental disorder. No, let's be for real. It was a come up, and she might have scammed people, and it was a good. I mean, we all
Venus,
get hustled.
I don't
We
want to
all
do
get
that.
hustled sometimes, so it is what it is.
I don't want to do that, but I will say,
shoot.
but I will say, just like Carlizits, there's digital receipts that are out there that we're left to come up with our own public opinion conclusion.
Yeah.
We've seen these things where it's victim.
Yeah.
It gets if all I see, if I don't see, and she's an educated woman. If I don't,
is she?
Yeah, she's an educated woman.
Are you sure she's educated, or she's because her friend?
She's in the medical field. She's in the medical field.
Well, that don't mean you educated. I met fools in the medical field.
Well, what I mean, I'm talking about formally educated. That means if you're in the medical field in the U.S., you have gone through some type
in the medical field anywhere. That's anywhere.
Okay, fair enough.
You
Fair enough.
You got to put your time, and in the UK, you got to put your time.
Okay, so that's what I mean. I'm saying I'm not talking about the aptitude. I'm talking about the formal process to be in the field.
What did she do? Because I don't know. I
just thought she was in the medical field.
Because her friend was saying how she's on recording saying she's like an astronaut or something, an engineer, and then she changed to the medical field. So which one are you? Her, like I said, her friend said she has mental disorder or what have you, but I'm not sure. But then her friend said that this is her personality, that her and her friend went to a club one night and they were there, and then she got drunk. They said she's a drinker, and that she got mad and she cussed him out, called her friend fat and everything else. Her friend ended up leaving. She calls her friend and say, "Hey, I got jumped." Her friend comes back. That's a true friend. I would let you there because you didn't call me fat now. So now you don't hurt my damn feelings. So you're gonna get jumped. But the girl said she came back and she couldn't find her or what have you. So then she sees a video online and was like, "She doing this again? Like this is crazy."
Venus, it almost sounds like when we had the initial conversation. Now, mind you, this is me not defending her. I was adamant. Like there is no facts to be on her side. And then you were like, well, blah, blah, blah. It almost sounds like the roles have been flipped almost. Now, I will tell you, like, I'm giving this woman the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, I am
because
I'm just pointing out stuff.
But this is kind of this Chicken Little thing where you have built up this negative equity to where it's hard for me to buy into what you're selling.
But there are people like this. They start out as little kids doing that. I know for a fact they start out as little kids like this, lying about my stomach hurt every day. It hurt every day. Let's take you to the GI because something is wrong. But the worst thing about it is she's of color, and maybe she is, she's more sized with her black. She was African descent. I don't know. Because she looks African descent, but she does. Because we can tell.
She doesn't look American,
right? We can tell.
Yeah.
Her and what's her name? Carlizits. We call her Carlizits. The sad.
Check out our video.
Yeah, check that out. The sad thing about it is Black women, and we don't get believed about stuff. Like I was SA. Well, what were you wearing? It's things like that. I mean, like, damn, y'all setting us back. Y'all really setting us back. Y'all keep on lying about stuff. Like, we don't get the public attention, and y'all are doing this crap. You young bitches is different. We could never.
There's some truth in that because remember, I've even said those things too, which I subscribe to that too. I mean, and it's like you and I, we've had those back and forths on that.
Carly.
No. Oh. About women attire and they're going into certain type of establishments and inviting a certain type. If you're going into a high end place, it's less likely. But if you're going into a ratchet place, the same rules don't apply. The same type of clientele aren't going to be there. But
I disagree on that. But
I mean, but it's. I'm not saying it's right.
You can walk in a place butt booty naked. And if I don't care what you have on, if you say no,
wait a minute, you said butt booty naked.
Oh, well, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Nobody has the right
I'm not saying
to mess with you at all.
I'm not saying it's right. All I'm saying is the type of clientele.
You still have to read the room, what you're saying.
Yes, the type of, if you're wearing something where everything, basically you're showing everything but your areolas, and you're and you're in a ratchet part of town,
it don't stop.
You're going to get a certain type of clientele, as opposed to if you, now mind you, well, first and foremost, you're not even getting in the door in a high-end place.
That's true. You're not.
So that's all I'm saying. It's like, not saying it's right or wrong. I'm saying you're inviting a certain type of behavior, similar to like if we go into a club and we can scope, and we've never been there before, and we scope out the scenario. Okay, I know what type of environment I'm in, and I adjust accordingly to the place that I'm in. That's all I'm saying. Not saying it's right or wrong. I get it. Nobody should be touched.
The problem that I have with people is that they're victim shaming. If she is a victim, but then too, they're also like, look at these videos of her twerking her butt. Yep. Who cares?
Now that right there.
That's not even related to the incident or whatever. The incidents with the dollar store and the other video where she said she got beat by some girls. Those are incidents that matter. But her twerking, you can twerk all you want with a G-string on. You can bend your booty over back. I don't care.
So here's the thing. I don't know if you saw it, but the slapping of the guy and the twerking all are in the same video.
No, there's another one.
Okay. I seen the video. She wearing black.
It's like a two-piece.
It's a two-piece.
She got a nice body shape.
Yeah, she has a nice shape. She walks up and slaps this guy like he was walking.
It's a white guy.
Yeah, white guy.
But it's not real. It's a skit.
I don't know which one wasn't real. Or which one.
That one is a skit.
Okay.
You can tell. She didn't even slap him. She did it.
Well, because that's the thing. I don't know which one wasn't a skit.
It was two white guys she slapped?
It was an older white guy sitting in a chair. And he was kind of confused on what was taking place.
No, it wasn't that one. It was a one where...
There's two videos where he was walking and she's walking and she kind of slaps him, kind of twerks, kind of turns her head kind of in a sassy way, and it takes about 2 or 3 steps and starts twerking.
That's the one where that's definitely a skit. You can
there's another one, and like I said, I don't know which one was said to not be a skit, but there's this older white man that's sitting in this at this restaurant or at this outdoor area, and she walks up and slaps him. I didn't hear the language, but I can't remember. But they said one of them was
it's kind of crazy. She ain't slapped no black man on video, huh?
Because the energy is kind of different. But no, like you said it's a skit. If it's a skit, it's a skit
with the white guy walking and she's twerking and she goes, "Wait, that's a skit."
All I'm saying
I'm just saying it's hard for people to believe you when you do things like this. It's why the Chicken Little syndrome or whatever. But then to stop making excuses. People, they have mental health disorder. No, some people are scammers and they don't care and they want your money. This is how she takes care of her kids, and everybody who donate, you got hustled. It is what it is. I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's false, but it's looking more like it's false.
Yeah.
Because I as I told Mars, she needs to stay inside of all this stuff keep happening. She needs to stay up as be a stay-at-home mama. And you got your money.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're about to get ready to wrap this up. We got to do some family time. So before we bring this to a close, Venus, is there anything you want to say?
I'm getting upset with these heifers. They keep on making these false allegations. It's already hard enough for black women. Now you're doing this. People are not going to believe us, and it's damn. I just wish people would get that part.
Yeah. My only thing is to go back to what I was saying a while ago. I don't like this narrative being spun about the protection of our own. I think it's a fallacy that's being put out there, and this is general statement.
Yeah.
Because if you want to say, I have concerns about, black men protecting black women or black women protecting black men. Okay, there's space for that, because this new generation. I do think this new generation, they're different. They're about pulling out guns and taking you out as opposed to settling your differences with fist and going home. So like I said, we're not really tapped into this new generation like that.
We know that our oldest wouldn't, because that he wasn't raised like that. He's going to protect women. He loves women. He's been around women all his life. Like, it ain't probably a woman would hit him, and then I might have to get active.
I just don't like that. And let's do better when it comes to having these conversations, as opposed to, because I Obviously in these situations, one time is bad, but I don't to sit there and say that the majority of men aren't protecting their women.
That's not true.
Okay. So you're trying to tell me that includes the men that are married?
It's the
that
men.
Includes the men that are in relationships.
It's the loser men that you're around, and with her mouth, I could tell she's around some loser dudes.
I mean, if you want to say maybe a beta male, okay. I don't know, but maybe or like I said, like are we experiencing these situations where I'm not saying it's right, but women are inviting that type of energy, and then these men who would be protective are turning the other cheek because it's like you asked for it.
You can't say that, babe.
It's the truth. But you know what I mean when I say that, and it might come off. I didn't decorate it. I didn't put a bow on it. All I'm saying is if a woman is talking crazy to a man and a man is trying. Okay, I'm gonna say this real quick. So there's a video out there where a girl was on the street gambling. She gambled a Rolex and she lost her Rolex, and she told her man to protect her honor, and her man was kind of like,
no, away, dumb.
Do a search, woman loses Rolex in gambling. And it's a black video too, a young black couple. She is slapping him. She is talking to him all the time. I'm sorry. Yes. Why? Because he didn't protect her honor. Meanwhile, she lost a bet. She lost a bet. She was stupid enough to bet a Rolex. So let's just say, and I mean, it's a video where he's trying to walk away and she's getting all in his grill. So let's just say that man hit her. There's going to be a group of people out there saying that man shouldn't have done that.
No.
But where is but we
so you can abuse a man, but as a woman, but you're not expecting.
Dang,
that's not cool.
We were trying to cut this off.
Like I said, if that's my son, real talk. If that's my son, I'm gonna get real active on you. You're not about to hit my kid.
I'm gonna say this last thing because we gotta wrap this up. I don't like that we live in this result-based society. So let's just say the scenario where that happens, and then that man goes to the other guy and says, like he said, fight for my honor, and then that guy gets killed. Then they're gonna be like, well, he shouldn't have done. Wait. He goes like, people are gonna be like, well, he shouldn't have done that. Or the situation where this woman is hitting him, blah, 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 and he retaliates, and then they're going to be like, protect black women, and he shouldn't have done that, and then people are going to attack him. Meanwhile, he's been trying to get away from her for minutes, and then she pushes him beyond the tipping point.
I think
there is a no-win scenario, and people are giving opinions based on results.
They're giving opinions based on snippets, too.
That's true.
They will only put out the good part and never put out the bad part. It's always 3 stars: her story, his story, and the truth. It's always like that.
Yeah, I'm just tired of that. We protect our own. There are some circumstances where it's kind of like
you might get a couple slaps in, and then you be like, "Hey, that's enough."
You have invited this circumstance, and mind you, let's be clear.
But never
it's not just women. It's not just women.
I don't think any man will let a woman get hit with a brick. Not the men I know.
You know what? I say this. I can't think of a scenario. Is there one out there? Maybe, but I can't think of a scenario where a brick is involved.
Oh,
that's hard for me to think of. No. I'm more so siding with you. Like I can't think of us. I mean, are there some like? I'm sure there's one out there. You can just illustrate this scenario, and I'm sure like, oh yeah.
Well, some women have got unalive because she didn't give her number. Even though she had a boyfriend, she got unalive because she didn't give the guy her number. He shot her in the car.
I bet you it was one of these new generation guys.
It was a newer.
Boy,
these kids is science experiments, damn it.
All right. But anyway, we about to spend some family time. So as always, like, comment, subscribe,
and tell us what you guys think.
Hit that comment box. Our not the last video, but the one before that.
Michael O'Hare. Look at that. Oh, that's a good.
Yeah. We had a little dialogue there. So, but until next time,
let us know what you guys think.
Yep. Stay safe and enjoy the rest of your day.
Bye.